Let's get back to the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone.
All right, welcome back. More of the Connor Happer Show on 1620 The Zone and on 1620thezone.com. Don't forget, 25K four-quarter pick'em is open for the final time this year.
This is it.
Get your Week 10 picks in Week 10 for us, not for anything else, because it's week, 11 in the NFL?
That's right.
12 for college. You could have one final chance to win $2,500 this week, just as Holly did last week. You could play now and make your picks at 1620thezone.com. Josh.
Connor.
I have some truly disturbing video for you.
Oh?
Yes. If you're watching along with us on YouTube, brace yourselves.
Oh.
You ready for this?
Is there sound? Do I need to?
No, there's no sound for this. Here it is.
Oh, look at that guy.
That's
that shirt is so blue.
Yeah, I never had a high definition slow motion video of myself.
Look at you. Now we got it.
It's a great appreciation to Andrew Grieve, the Creighton running the great stuff for Creighton's social media department.
It keeps growing.
Video department.
Every year just grows.
He's very, very good at his job. And then he came by me with the camera and I'm like, oh God, what's he going to use this for? And here it is. We are doing a Jays Live today, and we will. And on that segment tonight at the arena and on Twitter at Bluejay MBB before the game and during halftime.
So if I don't go to the game, I can still watch Jays Live on the Twitter machine.
That's right.
Are you on Blue Sky?
I don't know.
You have to tell everyone if you are.
That's true. I am not on Blue Sky.
Okay.
I don't know what that is. And it's confusing to me. And I don't want to make a Blue Sky because then I'm legally required to tell people that I'm going there or I will be there. This smells a lot like the one day where everybody moved to Threads, but they didn't actually go.
That's right.
Okay. Just so we're clear on that. But the thing that we'll talk about tonight on Jays Live is Greg McDermott. He'll become the winningest coach in Creighton basketball history tonight. He currently sits at 327 wins, going for 328. Ken Pom says that Creighton's going to win by 30.
I don't know.
Just a win is all it takes. I hope there is a deep, deep appreciation for this around here. I hope there is a deep, deep appreciation for this around here. Creighton has had their best coaches in school history back to back. 30 years. It spans almost my entire life.
That's how you build.
And the man, by the way, who hired both of those coaches will be on Unsportsmanlike Conduct this afternoon, Bruce Rasmussen.
That's right.
He deserves a lot of credit here. Creighton was in a decent spot as a solid mid-major program at the time that Matt came around. Nothing really more than that. You hope to win the Valley. You hope to go to the NCAA tournament and get a favorable matchup when you get there. But it all hangs on that. They've maneuvered into the Big East where they won it once, and it's now expected that they go to the second weekend of the NCAA tournament. They've been to 3 Sweet 16s in the last 4 years. They've broken the glass ceiling and completely shattered through it. They've gone to an Elite Eight.
Possession away.
I don't know what I would have said to you if you would have told me that 15 years ago when Mac took the job. I was kind of resigned to okay. That was a really great era, and it's over. I don't know what's going to happen next. And then Doug came around, and then I was like, okay, that was really great, but I don't know what's going to happen next. And it just keeps on getting better every single time. I don't know how that guy's not the best coach, one of the best coaches in the country. There's no way he's not, in my mind. Creighton's history is happening right now. It is defined by this era. Another thing that would have been hard for me to believe if you told me that 15 years ago. To add numbers to it, Creighton has been ranked 144 times in school history. 116 of those appearances in the AP Top 25 have come under this coach. They've gone to 9 tournaments and 13 possible tournaments since Greg McDermott has been here. No COVID year and hasn't been a tournament yet this year. He has 11 NCAA tournament wins, 2 more than all of the other coaches in Creighton history combined. He has 2 more NCAA tournament wins than every other Creighton coach combined.
Wow.
Dana Altman only won 2 during his time here. And that's no like commentary on like those are different jobs for different times, but it's a commentary on how Mac is taking it to this next level.
Greg beat Dana in the tournament.
People forget.
That counts for 2.
It does?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
In Creighton history.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that rule. His son's name's in the rafters. Max said something the other night after Kalkbrenner had his 49, and it just like smacked me in the face. I was like, what? You're right. So Greg McDermott's been here 15 years, and Ryan Kalkbrenner's been here for 5 of them.
Oh.
It's a third of his time. And Ryan Kalkbrenner's name will be in the rafters one day. Greg McDermott has coached.
That's a lot of not Bobs in the rafters.
Probably the 2 best Creighton basketball players ever, and one of them was his son. I mean, that's a pretty great thing to your resume. They won a Big East championship. So I think it's like, I think we started talking about this idea that, hey, Mac's going to pass him. If he sticks around, Mac's going to pass Dana Altman. And it was sort of like reconciling with this, like, wow.
Got that contract extension, and then we all went, oh, okay.
That's actually happening. And
happen.
I when it says after tonight, Greg McDermott 1, Dana Altman 2, that will be correct. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not just from a wins perspective, but like he has surpassed Dana. And you could look at those 2 as different, like once again, different jobs, different times. Dana built it, Max sustained it and took it to the next level. Which one's more important? I mean, I don't know if you could really parse through it which one is a bigger deal. Obviously, you don't probably get one without the other. You don't get any of them without Bruce Rasmussen and all the coaches that he's hired in his time at Creighton. But it's amazing. Like, for as charmed as the Green Bay Packers have been for the last 30 years of their quarterbacks, it's unheard of.
Kind of similar.
It's unheard of. The 2 best coaches, bar none, in school history, back to back 30 years. 30 years.
One of my favorite, I guess, tweets of the year is Rob Anderson's annual. The following programs are the only programs who have won 20 wins each of the last blah, blah, blah years.
And now that list is growing because it's like, hey, these programs have been to the top 25 or been in the top 25 this amount of times.
Yep.
Only these programs have been to 3 Sweet 16s in 4 years or 2 Sweet 16s in a row or like whatever. I mean, it's Creighton and all of the gigantic hitters in college basketball.
Right. The bluest of the blue bloods.
Yeah. Adam writes in on the Equitable Bank inbox.
Hi, Adam.
Couldn't agree more. I really hope the CU fans truly appreciate what they've had over 30 years in Dana and Mac. That's truly unheard of in college athletics. Just look down the road in Lincoln. They had back-to-back legends in Devaney and Osborne. For the last 20 years, they made poor hire after poor hire and haven't been able to escape from the lost forest. College athletics are fickle. No program is immune to struggle. For CU to have this run for 30 years is truly remarkable and should never be taken for granted by the fan base. There is no guarantee of success. All it takes is for Mac to retire and a poor hire to be made and CU will find itself lost at sea. It's that fickle. It is.
Look at Villanova.
You need luck to make this happen. You need a person who understands the qualities that you need at the place in order to get what Creighton's got, and that's Rass. But you also do need luck. Maybe Doug McDermott was that luck, People always say, it's like, well, would any of this have happened if Doug didn't come around? I don't know. Probably not.
Yeah.
Probably not, but we don't have to live in that world. There's only one timeline, man. We're not Doctor Strange in this thing. There's just one.
It might have plateaued at, gosh, I really hope they can get out of the first weekend. That would be fun. Like, it might not have spiked to being a possession away from the Final Four.
Think of all the names that were out there at the time and all all the different ways that it could have gone, and how many times Mac now has been courted by other larger institutions with more money and more facilities and more resources and more NIL and blah, 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 like whatever.
Eat it, Ohio State, Arizona State.
Many of the
others.
states.
Yeah, all the states. Suck it.
It's hard to understand. It's hard to believe. So I know tonight there will be, you don't want to count your chickens, but it should be this sort of like coronation.
Got to get through HCU.
There will be a video at the end of the game.
There will.
Yep. And
will it be on TV?
I don't know. I don't know if they'll take it on TV. I have no say in what goes on television.
Can we? Well, it's Kevin Kugler and Nick Baugh.
They might have a say.
Can we get them? Who you can also hear on the Zone 25 Years.
People forget alums of the Zone.
Video series. Watch the full version.
What perfect people to be there tonight.
Yeah, really, it really is actually.
Great. So, looking forward to it. I hope a bunch of people show up and just salute that, because it's special. Should be
an oddly full house for Houston Christian.
Yeah.
A team whose football team is playing Nebraska next year. So
get your scouting reports.
Get used to that weird logo that looks quite a bit like the Yukon logo, like legally suspiciously close to the Yukon logo.
Just throw a different outline on it.
It's got an orange outline. It's not the same.
Throw a different color on it. All right. That is coming up tonight, 8:00 tip-off, 6:00 pregame with Austin.
You nailed it.
And 7:30 courtside with John Bishop and somebody else. Let me find out who.
I never know who he's doing those games with.
It changes.
It does change.
It changes from time to time.
I can't keep track of it. I'm not smart.
Tyler Clement tonight.
Tyler's back.
T-Dog.
Tyler's back.